My next guest is a motor racing champion. Yes, indeed. From autocross to stock car racing, then on to touring cars, Neil Bray from Biggleswade has had a hand in them all.
Yes.
Neil, you understand because you've had an accident in Formula 2 and you've been left with one arm.
Yeah, in 1981 there was a freak accident, Luke, and I hit the wall and woke up in hospital with one arm, so that changed my life a little bit.
I suppose the first question is to ask you, you've obviously find it very easy to talk about. This isn't a problem you shy away from. It's not something that kind of you are worried about talking to me about.
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, it's me, and basically, if you want to talk to me, you talk to me as I am, sort of thing. I'm often told to sling my hook and things like that, so I mean, I can accept that.
I mean, because sometimes, even for people like me sat here talking to you, it can be difficult to broach the subject, to talk about it. It makes other people sometimes wrongly feel uncomfortable. Is that something you found in your life?
Very true. I mean, children are the fantastic people, because I often get called Captain Hook and things like that.
They just say what they want, don't they?
Yeah, and the parents, they sort of say, oh, no. But no, I end up giving demos of how the arm works and everything else, and I think that's good, because then they realise what goes on and that sort of thing.
Obvious question, how did it affect your life? It took place in the 80s, early 80s, did you say?
It took place, I was a motor mechanic, I worked at my father's garage. It happened in 81. I decided I had to run a garage then, because I didn't think there was many motor mechanics with one arm around. I was very right-handed. I never used to use my left hand at all. It's the best one I've got now, so I learned to write again. I was still an MOT tester, and so I used to do the MOTs, and the writing wasn't that neat, but they were so pleased if they got a pass. They couldn't really care less how untidy it was.
So you say you were very... because I am very right-sided. My feet, you know, if I'm kicking a football or writing, I'm useless with my left hand. Is that what you were like?
I never used the left hand, that was all there was to it, but I think sort of I sat down and thought, well, it's not going to come back, so basically let's get on with life, and I do everything just a little bit differently. You can do everything, but you just do it slightly different to other people. So
is it your arm you lost, or just your hand?
Above the elbow.
Above the elbow?
Yeah.
So, at that point, were you racing?
Yes, I sort of, I worked for father. I did autocross and rallycross and that sort of thing. In 1976, I started stock car racing for Speedworth International.
Yeah.
And it was 81 May that I had this accident at Ipswich. And I retired from it then. I sort of went back to the racing fraternity as a clerk of the course and sat in the office for a while. A couple of years later, I went to an autocross, and I thought, well, I think I can do that, and I started autocrossing again, sort of thing. And
I'm not. What is autocross?
Autocross is basically across grass, sort of 2 at a time or 4 at a time, grass track. There's not a lot of it about now, and that sort of thing. The rallycross is obviously on grass and on tarmac. Gone into trials in a large way as well, sort of thing. There's the MCC club, the motorcycle club, and we sort of we do the long distance trials every year and go away a little old special for the weekend and climb hills that you shouldn't climb, and sort of sometimes break the vehicle as well. And then 2 years ago, my son, he started sort of circuit racing, which is something I always wanted to do, the large circuits, and Brands Hatch, Snetterton, Silverstone and Oulton Park, all that sort of thing. And I went along as a mechanic and played with the car with him, sort of thing, and he actually brought my ARDS course, which you have to take a day course now to become a racing driver.
Right, okay. And
take an exam and obviously drive a car to see that you are sort of capable of doing it. And I did get a few funny looks when I went there, sort of thing, but passed the course, and then got a letter from the RAC sort of saying they weren't too happy without a chat to me, so I sort of nipped down to Colnbrook and had a chat to them. They gave me the licence after about 3/4 of an hour. It was stipulated that it probably wouldn't be up for upgrading, which I felt quite upsetting in a way, because to be upgraded you needed sort of 6 signatures from 6 clerk of the courses in 1 year.
Yeah.
And anybody can get that, so why me? Why can't I get it? And so 2005 I acquired a Capri 3 litre Mark 1, and we came out in the post-historic and had a super year, and I won the class and came 3rd in the championship, and I sort of asked the RAC to upgrade my licence, basically for the reason they said that they wouldn't do it. And I'm now National A on the licence. In 2006 we got going again, and not only did I win the class, but managed to clinch the championship by 1 point as well over the lot, sort of thing. So
how brilliant.
This actually the RAC's final sort of words last year was because the next stage up is international C licence, and they said I probably would have trouble obtaining that licence, and so that's what we're fighting for now, because they've said that wonderful thing that I haven't got it again, so I can't get it, sort of thing.
So you're challenging them when they say no, you can't do this. You've said actually no, hold on a minute, I can.
Well, it's everybody else in our club has 2 arms, 2 legs, and I think they're all fighting fit and that sort of thing. And why should it be discriminated against?
Can I ask you the technicalities of using your right hand? I mean, because if I'm holding a steering wheel, I've got the automatic grip of my hand. How does it work with? What do you call it? A claw?
It's a hook. Yes,
a hook.
It's basically the hook. It's fairly. Everybody thinks of electronics. I'm afraid that this is a commercial B2 arm, because I broke so many arms, sort of thing. I actually carry a spare, because arms only last for 2 or 3 months, because lifting engines, gearboxes, and that sort of thing.
Oh, really?
Well, you had to fill a form in when you broke it, but they've given up me filling forms in now, because they get fed up with a long list of what I was doing with it, sort of thing. But the hook is operated by a strap that goes across your back, and by shrugging the shoulders, you either open the hook up, or you can, by digging somebody in the ribs, you loosen the elbow lock, and so you can move the elbow. It's one or the other. I mean, it's nowhere near as good as the old one, but it's better than nothing. I actually broke my collarbone last year in March, and it was the first time I couldn't wear my arm for 81